Hi, and welcome to a Let's For Update video. So, a long time ago, I wrote this book. It's called The Story of Drake Fannings, and as you may notice, it's the same name as my YouTube channel's name. But the thing with that is that this character I wrote in 2013, all the way back, is actually been the inspiration to the nickname that I have online, which is Drake. Hence the YouTube channel, which is just basically me uploading anything I like to make. So that's where the name Drake Fangs comes from. There's also the audiobook on my YouTube channel of this book. I do recommend checking that out if you've got the time, it'd be splendid. So when I wrote this book in 2013 to 2016, it wasn't translated yet, it was in my own language. I really disliked it. So when I was 19, I decided I'm going to actually translate this book into English. And after I did that, I was actually pretty fond of it. It has gone through a few small changes, but ever since then I was pretty content with it. So ever since 2019, this has been available. Since 2021, no, 2020, I believe, the audiobook is available on YouTube. And in the same year that I released this, the English version, I actually decided to I was working on a different story as well. That one did start in English, so I eventually decided to write Oeshie, which in the same year I turned into a book. Oeshie is a story with a word that is basically just an abbreviation, a combination of letters that serve as an abbreviation to 5 different words corresponding to the characters. Now, Oeshie is a story that I'm currently working on with a lot of people to make an audio play of. Instead of an audiobook, an audio play, which means that every character is voiced. After all, the book is written as a screenplay. So now I like to reference the Sleeping Melody. So the Sleeping Melody is basically, so we got this one and we got this one, and I currently don't know what the mirroring is going to be in this video and whether it's already flipped or not. Anyways, so basically this is the first, this one follows. The Sleeping Melody is going to be right here. It will be a sequel to this book and a prequel to this one. While there is only a small reference to the Sleeping Melody in here, and the Sleeping Melody will be a huge continuation of especially this book. It does fit right in between. So the Sleeping Melody is basically stars the daughter of the main character, Drake Fannings. Her name is Melody. So basically we follow Melody throughout her struggle to live through this war that's come to Earth. Of course, she still has the old characters by her side. She's got Drake, she's got Drake's friends, Julia, Haru, Maya, and these 5 characters are actually the ones of whom the perspective is written in the Sleeping Melody. So basically the story is written from the perspective of 5 different characters. This being Drake and his friends Julia, Maya, Haru, and Drake's daughter Melody. So the story basically continues after the story of Drake Fannings about 20 years later. It does reference all kinds of certain spots in the past, future even, and you'll find out why and how that is. But the Sleeping Melody will feature a 16 to 18-year-old Melody, or technically 14, technically 1. It's complicated. It features a lot of different time zones and parts in the story. It is a bit complicated to explain, but anyways, the story is about this war coming to Earth and these mysterious characters being behind the cause of this war. And basically she learns to discover her ability that is related to music, and her name Melody. It's very poetic, and the story really follows all of the old characters from the story of Drake Fannings, but basically mainly Melody, as it's kind of her story. Also, the story features songs or song lyrics from my favorite artist, Sleeping at Last, as this book will kind of be an ode to him. and all that Ryan Sleeping at Last has written. So it features many of my favorite songs and many of extra songs from Sleeping at Last that have something to do with the story. For example, a chapter could be called Lullaby, and the chapter is about someone singing a lullaby to their children. That explanation is a bit bland and straightforward and not very creative, but in the story it will all make sense. Every chapter that's named after something, it will all make sense. So it features the song lyrics and really discovers this journey of music and how it's basically the main thing that keeps melody going, and as it keeps melody going, it's also the thing that keeps our protagonists going. I think pro is the good people, but I always forget. It keeps the main thing that keeps the protagonists going. So music really plays a big part. The reason why it's called the Sleeping Melody, you would guess it's because of the character Melody and the artist Sleeping at Last that I reference in the book. But there's actually more to it, which I'll explain sometime, because I think it'd be fun for you to figure those kind of things out. So this story of Melody and father and Drake's friends, I hope to release soon, and I actually have a date in mind, and it might actually be very soon, which could actually be possible, which is something I've said before, because I'm really bad at planning and such, and I usually think I could finish this within a month, and it takes me a year. So that's a bit problematic, but this time I can do it. I know I can, and you'll probably see the story come to light soon. So I hope you've enjoyed this video about the Sleeping Melody and the book that will be soon in the future, in the very near future, I hope. And it's honestly gonna be great. It's so much better than anything I've written. It's so much larger. The whole world of design, it references things from different time periods that are so much different than the things that either of these books reference. This one references like maybe 3 different time periods or something, except for the main one. And this one keeps to one. And the Sleeping Melody is like, yeah, you're gonna explore all that brings these together over the time frame of about 150 years. So I hope you will enjoy the book. If you are not a fan of reading, I'm planning on releasing an audiobook, which will be very interesting, and I will release more information on that in the near future as well. But do keep an eye out, and I'll let you know when this launches. Keep an eye out on my Instagram, where you'll probably see more updates, and especially the day that it finally launches. And I hope you'll love this story, because I put my heart and soul into it. And it really meant a lot to me to write, to have all these people supporting me throughout writing it, seeing how excited people are for this world to continue, for the universe to be expanded, because this is something that's not really ever going to end. It's always going to grow and become a large universe, with as the character in the center always being Drake, because it all started with Drake and after arose a universe. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you will have a lovely day, and that you are interested in the Sleeping Melody, and if not, that's okay. In any case, I will talk to you all soon, and stay updated for the amazing videos that are gonna find this channel again soon, once the book releases and I'll have more time. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, the 3 words that we will probably never cease to say at the end of a video on this channel, unless we forget one time and then we come back to it in another video, is until next time. Bye bye.